To finally play a large chunk of Beyond Two Souls has been a relief, though that's not to say we're totally sold on Quantic Dream's latest ambitious project. Between the intentionally nebulous E3 reveal and the game's curious military shooter demo, we were eager to get a better handle on what David Cage and Quantic Dream are going for.
Was there an accident?
Unlike Heavy Rain, this game can't rely on the narrative drive of solving a crime, let alone the ADD-satisfying design of following 4 character arcs. Beyond is more of a throwback to Cage's fondness for the supernatural that he demonstrated in Indigo Prophecy, while also chronicling the life of a young woman named Jodie, played by ingenue Ellen Page.
So do you want me to act natural?
We were glad an extended preview opportunity provided a clearer picture of Beyond's characters. Jodie, along with Aiden, the supernatural being she's tied to, have an understandably complex relationship.
Aiden, stop that!
And Nathan Dawkins, the character played by Willem Dafoe, wholeheartedly embraces the surrogate father role. So much so that we would be very surprised if, in the final evaluation, he's revealed to have ulterior motives that would hurt Jodie. Whatever your feelings about Heavy Rain's controls, Beyond Two Souls plays very similarly, just with the addition of Aiden's otherworldly abilities. Using him to freak out people does get old fast. You get a lot more out of him when he can knock over large objects, or even take control of others. Once again, the selective interactivity with the environment feels like a simplistic take on PC adventure games. The one notable improvement involves the directional commands. Instead of worrying whether or not you're following a specific arrow path with the analog stick, you simply flick the stick towards a dot in relation to Jodie. The one feature we could have done without was the 6-axis functionality. Many of us haven't needed to shove, shake or rotate our PS3 controllers since, well, Heavy Rain, and that was 3 years ago. In 2013, the 6-axis just felt like a hassle in our playtest. After spending time with this preview build of Beyond, and with Heavy Rain, we're compelled to ask, what is David Cage's fascination with awkward birthday parties? We get that Jodie's life as a lab rat makes her crave social interaction. Still, who would entrust the new girl with any party's music?
And Jodie, you can take care of the music. Let's get crazy!
For as much as Cage wants us to follow the growth of Jodie over the span of 15 years, it's a bold risk to make us witness her life non-chronologically. It's particularly risky having the game begin with a prologue that is actually near the end of the story, when Jodie is in her 20s.
I need to remember.
We could see how non-linear storytelling makes sense from a tutorial standpoint. Learning how to use Aiden works in the context of a controlled study in a lab, and it's equally effective to learn Jodie's combat skills in a CIA training montage. The latter is especially helpful in preparing you for an event earlier in Jodie's life, when her natural fighting abilities have yet to be honed. Since Beyond uses a chapter select option, you can be sure our second playthrough will be a chronological one, as we're intrigued how the story holds up if we did follow Jodie's life starting at age 8.
We're going straight through.
When playing a preview build comprising of the game's first quarter, we're used to having more questions than answers. That said, we were surprised how this demo concluded with overt exposition of Aiden's origins. It's one thing to learn that he's not of this world, it's another to find that scientists have actually attempted to open a portal to that world.
Open the passage? To Aiden's world?
Even if the full game ends up bereft of mystery and over-explains itself, we at least came away with a better appreciation of Jodie's relationship with Aiden. He comes off as a burden earlier in life, and he can be a hassle from time to time. But that doesn't change the fact that there's a twisted dependency between these two souls.
Take care of them, Aiden. You won't kill me, Aiden.